We're back, as in SBYGO is back after taking a long hiatus technically I was studying, and then everyone else was busy with their own things. So, but yeah, we're back. That's the important part. And today, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's IC. You can call me Della.
The legendary IC.
What's good? I ditched Brandon today to give you all the sauce.
Secret sauce?
The secret sauce.
The special sauce.
My Jurassic Park nuggies.
Would you like to tell us what you were playing earlier that led you to first place?
Yeah, so I was playing Bystial Chaos. I love the design of the Chaos cards, and then I was like, I think Chaos Angel has like other cards that go with it. So I looked into it. It got a lot of new cards in Photon Hypernova. Before that, it was like the mini engine that you usually see in Thunder Dragons or like Dragon Link sometimes. But it has its own stuff, and then it just synergizes really well with the Bystial cards. And then I used some of the new releases for Manadium as well as the synchron cards to kind of turbo out my synchro monsters a little quicker.
Dang,
Yeah.
sounds spicy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go ahead and get this started?
Shout out to everybody who just helped me kind of put this deck together. I based it off of a regional deck profile that I think got top 32 somewhere in Texas a couple months ago. But
By the way, that's the secret sauce.
yeah, the secret sauce. But without that base deck profile, I wouldn't be able to like put the deck really together. And then just practicing with a bunch of people, like practicing against Cash, against Dragon Link, all the meta stuff, because otherwise I wouldn't have done good with the deck.
All right, sweet. All right, let's go ahead and get this started then.
First off, shout out to David and SYG, the goats. All right, here's my chicky nuggies.
Straight from the microwave.
Cool. So I'll go over it by engine. I'll start with the Chaos engine. So pretty standard, the two baby dragons.
You have to pretty much.
Yeah,
right?
with Chaos Space, they are their own draw engine, and then this is the best normal summon in the deck. So Chaos Mirage Dragon. It doesn't have an on-summon effect, but it has an ignition effect where it can summon a banished monster for free. Like, there's no cost to that.
Is it any banished monster?
Yeah, any. I think it's light or dark.
That's
Yeah,
so powerful, though, yeah.
any banished light or dark monster, but like that doesn't limit the deck because the entire deck's light and dark.
Spoilers.
Yeah, except for Revolution Synchron, and then it's kind of like a Druid Swarm when you use it for synchro material and it goes to the grave. I can target as many cards that my opponent controls on their field, up to the amount of other synchro monsters, other synchro materials, and banish those cards.
Oh.
Yeah, so this plus a Druid Swarm into a Chaos Angel, that's automatically 3 sends off my opponent's field. Non-destroying. So it's a pretty good going first or second card.
It's very good spot removal, in other words, right?
Yeah. It with Druid Swarm is just like, it's hard to get over. Chaos Witch is probably the best tech card. So what she does is that on field, she can just tribute herself into the graveyard, and then you get 2 dark level 2 tokens. But what you actually want her for is like for Allure of Darkness or some of the other monsters I'll show you. But if she's banished out of hands or grave, she'll make 2 level 2 tuner tokens.
Oh, okay, and that's the important part of this whole deck, right?
And so she's what really gets the synchro started. So like this is the extender, this gets synchro starting, and then these are like draw power because the deck doesn't really have that strong of an engine. Like there's nothing that searches your spells in the Chaos Core, so you just need raw draw power.
Okay. And speaking of Chaos Core, or Core of Chaos.
Yes.
Oh, they're gonna just bring out 4 cards.
Yeah. So speaking of cores, these are the new Chaos babies. So these are from Photon also, but these are also from Photon. Essentially what these do is that if you banish a dark monster for this out of your hands or grave, you can summon it, and then if this is in banish, you can summon that too. And then the exact opposite with these, you just banish a light from hand or grave, and then if this is banished already, you summon this will come out of banish. And essentially, like if you use both effects, you'll get 2 free level 6 synchro monsters on the same turn.
Sounds like a Triage Master right there.
Oh yeah, free Triage Master, free there's an actual synchro monster made for this, which is really good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but if you use her banish or her tribute effects to get the non-tuner tokens, and then you summon one of these, your Triage gets all 3 of the effects, which not a lot of other decks can do.
Oh, interesting.
So Triage is actually perfect for this deck specifically. And then the MVP of the Chaos Core.
Oh, you gotta play that. Yeah.
Everybody knows them. Everybody loves them. There's a lot of monsters that you're gonna banish, and so this won't always recover these two. This might recover your extra deck monsters. This might recover your Lubellians from the Bystial package, but it just extends so far. It's more draw power. This deck is really draw power, so if I get drolled, I have to rely on like these pure summoning techniques. But yeah, for the most part, that's the main deck Chaos Core. And on to the Bystials. Everybody loves them after Dabble. So the original profile used 3 of these. Because I tried to add in the synchros and the Manadiums, I went down to 2. I think 3 is probably better and more consistent, but it's just hard to fit everything, especially when the deck's already 42.
Yeah.
And then you got your main Searcher. Of the Bystial package, I think Serenir is probably your MVP because it's gonna send your Continuous or your Lubellian if you didn't hard draw any of them. And that back row from the Bystial package is literally all this deck has to offer. Aside from that, the deck is a glass cannon. You don't need to go to 2 of either of these. They're going to serve their purpose when they serve their purpose, but you don't want to see more than one of them. You really want to see Serenir or Lubellian. Magnum's cool, but it's a little slower than these two. So, yeah, for the most part, this is the MVP of the Bystial Core, and then these just kind of get things going a lot more. I find myself like searching this off of Magnumut in end phase because if I go first, I want to be able to spot check twice with the Bystial package.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then this one, I really don't care if I banish it and it's not even in play during my opponent's turn. There's so much spot removal from the rest of the deck that Druisform kind of loses its flair that other decks use it for.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the Bystial Core. Pretty important, but it could probably be minimized a little bit.
And you'd keep the Lubellian at 2, right? Not bump it to 3?
Yeah, I kind of want to bump it to 3, but I think 2 is probably a little better. I don't want to see too many. Yeah. And then
the boy,
the
man,
everybody loves them, just not in this deck. So essentially, this whole package is just to get to this card. Sometimes Visas is good for getting something engraved because if I have no cards to throw my monsters in grave, I can't banish anything out of grave. So Visas helps with that, but then this goes really well with Ancient Fairy Dragon and Revolution Synchron, because then I just get a free level 8 on top of the Omni Negate that I just searched.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yep, so this really propels the deck. But the little guys that really get this deck going are Revolution Synchron and Assault Synchron. And then I'm only using 2 tunings because I'm also running a Foolish.
Oh, okay. I thought you were running 3 Revolutions and 3 Assaults, but I'm surprised to see only like 2.
Yeah, and then my siding patterns, I'll usually take this whole package and one of my Revolutions out because the even number synchros are the board breakers.
Oh.
Yeah, so these are really good for going first and controlling. I think this guy's like one of the MVPs of the deck because both this card and this card will contribute my Dispotter and my other Synchro Dragons. So all I have to do is banish this guy to deck, and then Dispotter comes right back to field.
Yeah.
So it's really good for helping manage my resources. And then I think this one's effect. I'm being a little bit more experimental, but this gets me FA Dragster, which is a spell trap negate because this deck loses to 1 Imperm. And then it's also, if I have the right hands, I'm able to get Hot Archfiend Dragon Abyss, the one that can like negate Dark Ruler. With the right field.
Never the right hand.
For real. All right.
Shout out to Team Nat, real quick.
Welcome back, everybody. And then just some power spells to help propel the deck.
Gold Sark. Oh, it makes sense because you banished the card, right?
Yeah. So Gold Sark is good in theory, but I actually didn't see it once on Tuesday. Yeah. So I've actually like. This isn't my most up-to-date profile, but this is the profile I got first with. I'm actually cutting out Gold Sark because it did nothing for me. But the draw power you need, and then if you're unable to get a monster engrave, this will get your Chaos Angel engrave or one of these, and then you use the other cards to banish it out. Free synchros.
Yeah.
So these are all of the main deck cores. So we got Chaos, Bystial, Manadium, Synchron, and then Power Spells.
And it was 40, well, technically 41 now, right?
Yeah, without Gold Sark, it's 41.
Disrespect to the Gold Sark, I see.
For real. We'll leave it right there to show it some love. So, extra deck monsters. This deck is Chaos Angel Turbo.
Oh, I thought you were gonna flip 3.
No, just two. I used to have like 5, but I sold them all. Yeah, so Chaos Angel, if you don't know what it does, like if you use light and dark monsters for its synchro, all of your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, and then your synchro monsters cannot be affected by monster effects, which is really good, because if you're going against a monster heavy deck, your board's not going to get broken.
It's also for no reason has 3,500 attack.
3,500 attack. When you put that with Despotter, your opponent just looks at the board and cries.
Yeah, there's nothing they can really do.
Yeah, and then you don't need a real tuner for this card. You can just use a light and dark, and because there's so many level 4s and level 6s in the deck, it's a free summon most of the time. This one, if you know Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, it's basically the same thing. If a card's been banished that same turn, its attack goes to 4,500, and it can attack every monster 1 each, and then any monster destroyed by battle with this, it gets banished instead. So it wipes your graveyard capacity, and then it also
just avoids graveyard effects too.
Yeah, you don't have any graveyard effects. And then this one, this is the monster that you essentially make from this. When you summon this card, if cards were banished the same turn, which they will be, this card's attack was to 3,000, and then you can also add a banished light or dark monster from the banish pile to your hands, which, like, if you banish the Bystial, get your Bystial back. And then the turn that it wasn't sent to grave, it can also reborn itself out of grave by banishing more monsters.
Wow.
Yeah. So these two are the ones that also came out of Photon that really got overshadowed by this guy, but they really make the deck kind of consistent going first or second. And then I'm gonna just put Omega with the Bystial package.
It makes sense.
Yeah. If you get this on board and this on board, you banish him, card rip, summon him back with the spider, hand rip again, and then you're sitting on a potential negate monster. You probably have your back row set, and your opponent's starting with 4 cards. So that's where the control part really comes through with this deck. And then for the Manadium package, I went a little deep with this. I don't think I need these two. I didn't even use those two. It's really these two. So if I don't open the Manadium package, I just synchro this guy, and then he's gonna get me the field spell, and that gets me all the other cards. Or if I have any level 4, and a level, or any level 4 and the Revolution Synchron, I make Ancient Fairy Dragon, get a free level 8 into this guy, and then I start the Manadium package. So I can use any of my main deck cards to get to these two. Manadium package, Omni Negate. Pretty simple. And then these are just all the other tech cards that I use for the deck. Oh yeah, Draco Berserker really propels like the control part of this deck. Because if your opponent ashes you, imperms you, if you just sit on Draco Berserker, they're gonna lose one of their monsters.
Yeah.
Right. And then going second, it'll break 2 of your opponent's monsters, because not too often are you gonna have every single monster more than 3k.
Yeah.
This one's really good. It's a monster trap negate, tri-edge, more draw power, but if I do use the 3 level 2s, draw power, pop a card, and it becomes a tuner. So free synchros for the bigger monsters. Scarlet's a time card, but if I just need my opponent's board cleared and they don't have the right protection, Scarlet's gonna wipe the whole board and burn my opponent. And then Draco Berserker, like I said, it's a hard board breaker. It'll also negate, or it won't negate, but it'll banish. And then
we all know what Crimson Dragon does at this point.
Yeah. And then Crimson Dragon, if I don't have a way to summon both Chaos Angel and Despotter, then I'll just go for Chaos Angel, and I'll try to figure out how to get this guy out to then tribute itself and summon Despotter to board. And because it counts as a synchro summon, I can tribute, banish, Despotter. Yep. Yeah, so that's the entire extra deck. I'm still surprised I got first with absolutely no hand traps. It's still pretty wild to me.
All you need is a dream.
All you need is a dream, dude. So side deck, 3 kaijus, just spot remove the main negator that your opponent puts up going first, and then push forward with the rest of your engine.
Bye bye Noir.
Yeah.
In other words.
Unfortunately, I did not get it to the Noir on Tuesday, but it cleared a lot of other boards. And honest, I saw 2 of them in my hand a lot, so I would just tribute a monster and then summon my own.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's just extra muscle.
Shared ride.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
it's a rogue deck, and a lot of the decks right now they add a lot, but to be honest, I never actually saw it when I cited it, and so it essentially did nothing. But it might have drawn me stuff.
It looks nice.
It looks nice, right?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Rogue support. And then board breakers. I didn't actually see Harpies on Tuesday, but Lightning Storm did clear quite a few boards. Solemn,
The big no.
the big no. Rogue decks just need it because nothing else really says no like it does.
Who needs life points when you still win?
And then this deck loses to those heavy spell and trap card decks. So if somebody flips, it goes in. If somebody has Runic Fountain, this is gonna take care of that pretty easy. Since my only spells and traps that I'm gonna see on my board are the 2 Bystial cards. If I'm going second, just pop one of these, push forward.
By the way, that is Typhoon in case you can't see it.
Yes,
Very spicy card.
very spicy. It's essentially imperm for spells and traps. But yeah. So this is the sauce, 0 hand traps, all gas. You play it with a dream, and hopefully nobody crushes that dream.
Yeah, there you have it. You have Icy's Chaos Bystial, right? Not Chaos Theory?
The Chaos Bystial Dream.
Yeah, Chaos Bystial Dream. CBD, I believe. Would you like to say any closing thoughts before we go ahead and close this video?
Shout out to SBYGO. Glad to see y'all coming back to the
thank you.
stores.
Thank you. No, I'm kidding.
And yeah, we'll be cooking up some more fun decks. Hopefully they top 2. But until then, I'll be rolling with the Chaos.
Let us know if you want more Chaos profiles or Chaos duels. Unfortunately, Icy will be there against, no choice. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, until anybody else wants to run this, I'm your only person.
Yeah, sorry. Brandon's taking a break,
Yeah, we put Aluber in the locker for now.
Alright, until next time, fellas. Peace out.
SBYGO. Yeah. Yellow vibes, subscribe.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.